Greetings, friends. It's me, Al, and it's probably been forever since I've been on and created a YouTube video. And so I just wanted to come on and say thanks to everybody who's watched the channel. And I wanted to give an update. And I know that the podcast has been just coming up. And I wanted to say hi to people like the Potter's Journal, and I need to catch up with everybody. I just been so busy, and work at the paper factory has been very busy, and I've been very busy with the shows. So I just wanted to give a quick update. The fall shows went very well, and the Christmas shows, they went decent. I had a decent turnout, not as good as last year, but I'm not going to complain. As long as I can sell one pot, I'm happy, because I think a lot of times we may compare shows to other shows and beat ourselves up and feel that we were let down. However, my customers don't owe me anything, and I take nothing for granted, and I appreciate every single dollar that somebody would spend to come in to buy something they cared about, right? So I try to make work that matters for people who care. And if you don't care, then this might not be for you. Thank you very much. But I guess it's very humbling that anybody would want to buy anything that I made. And I just feel very grateful for what I can do, right? So, challenges. Oh man, I got hit bad. I think one of the biggest challenges and learnings was I need to show up on time earlier to get things done earlier so that I can plan better and make better choices. And by doing so, have more time to enhance the customer experience and be able to tell my story better in a bunch of different ways that are now linking together in my head. So I'm trying to work on the business rather than in the business. And I've been reading a lot of books, and I've been talking to a lot of different people. I joined up with Seth Godin's Purple Space, and the conversations in there have been amazing, and the people in there have been amazing, and they're all working their own projects, and we all comment on other people's projects, and we write in dailies, which are just journal type things about how our projects are going. And the pottery and the overall scope, the whole of the pottery, from making it to the customer experience and how they use it and what their story is once they buy it from me, that whole package is being worked out and in my mind. And I'm coming up with some really good things, and I'm learning about myself and others by creating work that matters with gratitude and empathy, and I try to delight my customer, right? I'm not going to be able to do it all the time because I'm human, and there's probably 3 people out there that think I'm a terrible potter. Because you might try to do that custom order, and they're the only 3 pieces that had bottom crackers, and everything else around it is fine, right? So I'm going to disappoint some people, I know. And that's just the way it has to be, I guess, because that's life. And but I try not to the best I can. So anyways, giving an update, I got the wood kiln here. It's been delivered, and Nan, the owner of the wood kiln, showed work here with me the last 2 shows. And I'm very grateful to have her here. And she sold some pieces, and I was really happy that my community welcomed her and her work and found it amazing, right? And so that kiln project is going to be going up in the spring, and probably I want to get it started right around the time of the Easter show in March, and so that's going to be on the agenda. So that's sitting out back on pallets. I got kiln brick, and there's 12 pallets of brick out there, right out back in my yard, right? So a challenge that I had was raw firing. And the reason why I got into raw firing was because I was running out of time to make pots for the Christmas show. And I decided to do raw firing because it would be the fastest way to get results if it was done correctly. So I threw the pots and I made up a bunch of bowls, and some of these bowls here are part of that. It was on a new clay body, and I put it in the heat box, got everything dried out, and I glazed. And I fired on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and the kilns went down at 1 a.m. and I slept for like 4 hours, got up, and then headed out to my sister in upstate New York near Saratoga at 5 a.m. and I was up there for breakfast on Thanksgiving morning. And I surprised my mom, and it was the sweetest thing ever. And she was happy that all her kids was there with her for the holiday. And I slept a little bit, and then we had a wonderful dinner, and then a wonderful visit. Got to talk to my little nephew, and then I came back home probably around, I think I left up there around 5, got back here around 8 or 8:30, and I had to get this building ready for the Christmas show. And the Christmas show, I was really worried about it because I was worried about the pots. I opened the kilns because I hadn't seen what I got. And I opened to disappointment, but in all the years of doing this, we are okay with disappointment a bit. And I lost half of the blue bowls. I lost probably 12 of the 25, and I lost them to what I called fingernailing, and a little section of glaze would lift off the pot. And I later found out that it was from glazing the outside too soon after glazing the inside. So the glaze on the outside didn't adhere to the pot in those areas the way it should, and it would lift off a little bit just in certain areas. And I think I have an example of one. So this is what it would look like here. Yeah, right there. See that? See that? It looks like a fingernail there. And some of them were much worse. Some of them would actually be dangerous because they were sharp, right? So I couldn't sell any of those due to safety concerns. So half of those blue bowls had to go to the cry pile or to my wife's cabinet. But I had enough. Nan brought pots down to help me, and she filled in, and I was able to have a decent show. I had enough left over from the previous show, and I mixed in a few mugs and things that I was able to get out that were new. So people came down, and it was an enjoyable time, right? So Now I need to prep for a show in 2 weeks, so I need to throw probably later tonight into tomorrow, and I need to take all these pots that are left with me for a table show in 2 weeks at let's see, Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. So I'm going to be down to Wellsboro, hopefully, and set up a table down there and hopefully have a nice time. Then it'll be Christmas. I really would have liked to have work to send to the gallery, because next weekend in that town they have Christmas in Montrose. It's Christmas in Montrose. It's a 3-day event this coming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I can't go because I have to work at the paper factory. I usually go that Friday, help out at the gallery, but I have to do overtime at the paper factory. So that's just life, right? I think things are going fairly decent. I feel really good about the work, other than the mistakes that happened, but that's just something that we're trained to work through. And right now I am loading, I have the light box on, and I'm loading work to the website. So mainly I wanted to do a shave bowl drop and have shave bowls there for shavers. And so I am taking photos and loading them to the website. Yeah, so I've been pretty busy and keeping busy. I've been reading quite a few books. Just got done with, you see this book here. If you see me without a book, you know something's wrong with me. The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. It's an excellent book. And also, I've been reading Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I had that book for years. I just haven't opened it. And listened to some lectures by Elizabeth Vanderbilt on Homer's Odyssey. And that gave me some really great ideas around telling my story and how I can do that. And how what is said about me after I'm gone needs to be a byproduct of how I treat people, and how people, and humility, empathy, and gratitude, all those things. So my story needs to be a byproduct of that, and it needs to happen naturally. I can't test the bards, meaning I can't ask them to sing the song hoping my name is in their song and being disappointed if it's not, or feeling pride if it is. My song needs to end up in the bard's mouth as a byproduct of gratitude, humility, and empathy and kindness, right? So I'm trying to do that. Some people force the end, and they force the bard to sing about them, but that's not a true end, and that's not a true song. It's something that's forced, and we can't make our stories forced. They have to be real, right? And it has to be authentic, and it has to be done with empathy and gratitude and kindness and humility, which comes about by a lot of giving, right? A lot of giving. So hopefully things continue to go on, and I'm able to create work. Even if I can create just one pot, I'll be happy. As long as my kiln works, as long as my wheel works, as long as my hands and mind work, so hopefully I don't get my hand cut off. But I'm sure there are one-handed potters out there. And I'm sure that even the feeble of mind can make art in some way, right? So, I don't know. I was just looking. This is new clay body that I'm working on. And the white clay body, I need to get used to it because I'm really not comfortable. I'm really not comfortable seeing this white down here. But yeah, this blue came up gorgeous on this lighter clay. I'm used to seeing it more muted because I ran a warm brown clay that had a lot of iron in it. And even though the blue came up gorgeous in it, it wasn't as bright as what you see here. But this is the Blue Dawn glaze given to me and by an artist in Montana. So if you want that glaze, type in Blue Dawn glaze on the website and you'll get the recipe for it, right? Yeah. So that's a little update on what's going on here at Creek Road Pottery, and thanks again for everybody who's been watching and asking if I'm okay. I'm okay. And so I need to go and I need to write a blog post and I need to finish shooting some photos for the website, because I have about 10 shave bowls I still need to load, and then I need to throw, between tonight and tomorrow, I need to throw a couple wearboards of mugs. Yeah. All right. Well, be well, friends, and keep making work that matters for folks who care. Take care of yourselves and each other, and have a great day.